Please let me go first and have me open Necro Valley Royal Tributes. I had that 2 duels in a row, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. I think 2 days ago. I went first, opened either Necro Valley or one of the Necro Valley Searchers. Gravedigger's Commandants and Terraforming are 2 of the Searchers for Necro Valley. And then Royal Tribute. Like, Royal Tribute is just there's 3 copies of it in it. I hope I open it turn 1. Then I have 3 copies of Necro Valley. 1 copy Terraforming to search for it, which makes 4. 3 copies of Gravekeeper's Commandant, which can search for it. And then 3 copies of Gravekeeper's Temple, which can search for Commandants, which can then search for Necro Valley. So a total of 10. Oh, we're playing Synchron. I don't know half of these effects. Yeah! When I duel against you, that happened as well. Let's see what kind of combos they're gonna play here. I really would have liked to go first here and open Royal Tribute and Terraforming. No, Royal Tribute and Necro Valley. Necro Valley will work really well because they could summon a lot from the graveyard in this deck. So having Necro Valley next turn might be nice to disable any future plays, but they're going to set up huge things turn 1. The question is, what? And then how do I counter it from there? That's going to be the challenge. I put Librarian for some extra draws. Defense for some reason. But maybe they know that they're going to synchro with it again, or link with it, so it doesn't really matter. Synchron is a deck I've seen pretty regularly in these first few weeks. But that makes sense, same with Eldritch and a few others, because they're just in some of the special packs that a lot of the Synchron stuff is in there. And then everything else is probably in a secret pack that you can then unlock. Or they choose to build, like, craft something for it. But you can get a lot of the stuff for it early. What does Chunk Speeder do again? Oh yeah, lots of different tuners. But because it's the Chain Link 2, that's only 1 tuner left because of Doppel tokens. So, Jet Synchron and Doppel Token into Formula Synchron for another double draw. And then Quasar, Cipher, I don't remember if Cipher is level 10 or 12. This is probably going to be Formula Synchron for more draws, but we'll see. Yep. Draw from Formula Synchron, draw for Hyblarian. Did I say Hybrarian? I can English, totally. And I keep drawing cards this way as well. Big combo deck. Hello, Lamani. Nice to see you as well. They have the option for level 12 Synchron. But then they left a Doppel Token and Synchron Carrier just right there in attack. They could just link that into something though. But they couldn't link right then because Librarian was already in the extra monster zone. Which makes sense because they want their main monster zones for their null next deck monsters. Shooting Quasar Dragon. Still in defense. When a card or effect is activated, you can negate the activation if you do destroy it. That's it. And then they can summon Cobalt Hedgehog because they don't have a tuner. Why would they not summon Cobalt Hedgehog yet? I guess they don't consider it part of the combo yet. Oh wait, isn't this like a really good one? This can help with Excel Synchros too. 4 level 2 non-tuners from hand and in graveyard. Oh, they waited with Quillbolt for this. To make another level 10. Let's make Doppel, now probably Quillbolt, and then something else. And then for a later turn, they could summon Quillbolt Hedgehog again. Yeah, that Quasar. Maybe that's one of the replays that's yet to come. Someone had Quasar, or No, that might be one I've already uploaded. Quasar, they had Cipher, they had Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, and one other thing. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, no, I've already uploaded it. It was a Chainburn duel against him. It was Stardust Cipher, Cosmic Blazar, Shooting Quasar, and Crystal Wing. And they put their cards back, because of course they can just use them again. I haven't even had my turn! This isn't even the worst deck in this. Like, that does this. There's decks that do way worse. I find these combos really interesting though, because there's lots of different things happening. It's not like it's just Exodia where you just keep drawing and adding. There's a lot of different things and combinations of cards, and I understand most of them. Maybe because I'm just a lot more interested in synchros than, like, I don't know, links. Therefore I read more card effects. I really like the Synchro era, especially early on Synchro era. I like the speed of the game in like GX era and early Synchro era. There's way too many big combos possible now. There were still some back then, but I like the speed of the game a lot better in the past. That's why, like, when I make my Yu-Gi-Oh series for other Yu-Gi-Oh series for YouTube, there'll be a lot more decks that are slower. There'll be some bigger ones and some bigger combo decks and stuff. Alright, so they're letting me do something. Storming Mirror Force. That could be great against Shooting Quasar, but Imperial Dooms. So Jet Synchron's still in the grave because I thought it should have been banished. But no, I totally don't remember. Alright, Quasar. Can I get the activation of something once? I have Imperial Tombs and Storm. As long as I make sure that I have Necro Valley and a Gravekeeper's on the field in the end, I can wait for them to attack, then Storming, then Quasar happens, then Imperial Tombs. Because it can't do it the other way around. Terraforming. Let's see if they wait for that or for Necro Valley. They probably want to wait for this. If they know what Necro Valley is a temple, the continuous trap does. Because once Necro Valley's in the grave, if they negate this one here, which I assume they will, makes a lot of sense for their deck. Then I could still get it back with the continuous trap, would I have it? But maybe they don't know that card. It's not a very commonly known card, even for me, and I knew Gravekeepers pretty well. They don't have a play for everything. Alright. And luckily I have Gravekeeper's Commandant, so I can just get a second Necro Valley. So that's their once per turn negation. So now just grab another Necro Valley. Wait, I can make Supernaturalist. And then just wait for them to Quasar. And then storming Quasar Imperial Tombs. Probably. Supernatural. It's gonna be the strongest anyway due to Necro Valley. I think this might be the best move. Knowing the cards in my hand. If I didn't have Imperial Tombs and something else that can do something fancy, I might have been in trouble. I feel like I have a decent chance, because I can't do their full combos anymore because the graveyard is basically locked down with Necro Valley. If I take out Quillbolt, they can just bring it back if they have a tuner. So I'll take a Stardust Charge so they can't combo with that one. Wait, there's really the Quasar. When this card leaves the field, you expect someone shooting Star Drive from the extra deck. I wonder, like, Quasar will not be destroyed very often. But the chance exists that it will. Do I have a card that can beat shooting Star Dragon? Well, I should still have Supernaturalist. I'll grab Necro Valley Throne. to still have some options open, but I probably want to have Gravekeeper's Headman. Headman was level 7, so Supernatural starts at 2000, makes 25. The Necro Valley at 730. Okay, so Headman plus Supernaturalist. No, yeah, Headman plus Spiritualist would be a 3200 attack. Supernaturalist. British Shooting Star Dragon is 33. So then I need this one. The deck, the different level the tribute monster had on the field. But then they first need to put a tuner on the field in the first place. During your opponent's turn, if you switch on the Synchro monster from the extra deck, whatever. I'm not going to use my Imperial Tombs on that, because I want to take a Quasar. I need to take a Quasar to win. And I have one copy of Imperial Tombs in this deck. I'd like to have more, but then it'll be a dead draw some of the time. Even though I'll have a lot of Necro Valley Searchers. I'm considering upping Imperial Tombs. Because that probably want one more Imperial Tombs and take out the double or nothing, because that almost never go into that. That Secret Monster from deck to hand. That's fine, because they can't play their cards from the graveyard anyway due to Necro Valley. It's going to be annoying if they play any card that gets rid of Necro Valley. Actually, no. While Necro Valley is on the field, this card, any card in the field is a can't be destroyed with card effects. The Extreme Crawl can try. Here's where they realize, oh wait, I might not be able to do my full combo. They choose a card and then it's going to go negate. Or not really negate. Well, yeah, the effect is negated, technically. An interesting thing I did learn recently is that negates any card effect that will move a card in the grave to a different place. But it says also cards in the grave generally cannot be banished. But if a card is moved away from the graveyard, such as being put back in the deck as a cost, like anything away from the graveyard that isn't banishing the card, if that's a cost, it can still happen. Because it's negate card effects, not card cost. Okay, they choose that card, which is not going to work. Now they realize they might be in trouble and they need to rethink their strategy. Potentially. Two synchro. No, a single card wasn't two. Junk Spear, okay. Special summon a bunch of new tuners. They still haven't used Starlight Junction's effect. You caught the synchro summon this turn and another monster. Okay. They might just have Road Synchron in the deck just to have. What? Oh, big ol' red. Yeah, I was gonna say 3 tuners? That's red Supernova. That's a problem. Let's first be synchro summoned. Gains 500 attack for each tuner in the grave. Which is a lot of them. Can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Opponent's monster effect is activated when an opponent's monster carries an attack. You can banish all cards the opponent controls, but doesn't negate the effect. I have to use Stormwing to have a chance. They will stop that with shooting Quasar. They don't? What? You're gonna get it? I think they must have misclicked. I had such a low chance of winning that because of Supernova. They must have misclicked because they can negate it. They hadn't negated anything because they hadn't activated anything this turn. Right? Once per turn, during either player's turn. It hasn't happened this turn yet, so the once per turn applies when the card effect is activated. Yeah! I think they misclicked! I won because of the misclick. How would I have dealt with Supernova? Assuming they wouldn't have had Shooting Star Dragon to replace Shooting Quasar. They still had a 7,500 attack monster that can banish stuff from my field, including Necro Valley, if I activate any effect. I don't know how I would have dealt with that, so I guess I'll take it. Oh. We're one duel away, again, from getting into Platinum, so let's try that again.